Shalom, family. Welcome back to the channel. Pray that everybody's doing well and blessed of the Most High. Family, I'm going to talk today about having faith in the middle of trial and tribulation and trouble, which we are surrounded by now in this world. And the trying of our faith is at hand. You know, family, we don't teach any sugar-coated messages on this channel. And therefore, we have to tell the truth. You know, there's some churches that people go to and all they hear is good stuff. You know, when you come into this walk and stuff, everything's just fine. And that's not the truth, family. In fact, that's when your trouble starts. Because when you were in the world, Satan didn't have to do anything to you. You was already following him. But when you come into the truth, then he attacks you in all kind of ways. And so we find ourselves, beginning to lose faith because of all the things that's happening in the world, all the things that happen to us, especially physically. And sometimes our faith comes into question. And so we're going to have to stick this thing out for our family. You know, you've come too far now to give up. You know, I know we wish that Mashiach would soon return, and all of us wish that, family. We all wish that. But until he returns, family, we have to go through some things. Okay? It's just all to it. There's no other way around it. Even Mashiach himself had to go through things, family. See, most people, I guess, they think that wasn't a real body that Mashiach was in. It's just as real as ours. Okay? Just had the Most High's spirit, but that was a real body. And it was subject to everything that we are subjected to. You know, Mashiach had to eat. He had to rest. You remember, he was trying to sleep in the back of the boat when the disciples woke him up. You know, so he eats. He had to have rest. He felt pain. Everything that we experience, family. You know, he felt grief. You remember in the garden, you know, when he asked the Most High, that he wished that cup could be passed from him. He didn't want to have to die no more than we do. But he just said, not my will be done, but yours. So family, we're going to have to tough it out. Things are going to get worse. As you can see that yourself every day. You can't turn on any kind of news and see and hear anything good. From war to famine and to earthquakes and floods and uh, different diseases. I mean, it's enough to drive you out your mind, family, if you let it. And if you start living in hopelessness, okay? So, family, let's just go through the scriptures and try to remind them ourselves what we have to go through. You know, like I say, even Mashiach suffered being hungry. Remember, he fasted for 40 days, and it says, he was hungry. That would be unfair for him to have a physical advantage over us, because that would mean that he didn't know what it felt to be in these flesh bodies. So he's experienced everything we experience, family. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 2, verse 18. For in that he himself has suffered, being tempted, he is able to cure them that are tempted. Now, being tempted, family, is means more than being tempted toward sin. Being tempted is also going through trials and testing. Okay, that's also being tempted when we have to go through these trials. We're tempted to start losing faith. So it's more than just being tempted towards sin. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 15 says, for we have not a high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted, like as we are, yet without sin. See? So, we're in good company, family. Mashiach went through the things that we went through. I mean, he felt pain. I mean, people was whipping him or stoning him or everything, and hung him up, pierced his side, So he experienced the things that happened to us. Uh, Philippians chapter 2, verse 7 and 8 says, but he made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. Made just like us, family. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the tree. See, he was obedient even unto death. Like I say, when he was in the garden, praying, he wished that that cup would be passed away from him. He didn't have to do this, but he was obedient unto death. Let's go to Romans, chapter 8, verse 18. Paul talking. He says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." See, Paul saying, we suffering in this present time, and we are, family. We're still hated of all nations. That hasn't stopped. And it's not going to stop until Mashiach stops it when he comes back. First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. "There has no temptation taken you, but as such is common to man. But Yah is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it." See, the Most High knows where each of us stand in our walk of faith. Some of us to a lesser degree, some to more. And according to your faith, go to trials. Yours may not be as severe as mine, or vice versa. But he does it according to your faith and your level of faith. That's why it says he won't let you be tempted above what you are able to bear at that time, in your level of faith. But as you get stronger and stronger, family, those trials become more and more difficult. Trust me, family, they do. Okay. James chapter 1, verse 13 says, "Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yah. For Yah cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempt he any man." See, the Most High allows trials, family. And it's just refining you to where he wants you to be, like pure gold. And so he has to put you trials and put you to the test, family, so that you can come out like pure gold. He allows them. Nothing happens in this world, family, without the Most High signing off on it. And you can believe that. Satan cannot do anything without permission, as he had to get permission to even do anything to Job. Okay? But the Most High knew Job. He knew Job's faith. Okay? So the Most High knew that whatever he allowed Satan to do, that Job wasn't going to turn. He wasn't going to curse the Most High into his face. The Most High already knew that. Okay? So he knows you, family. And, he knows what each individual can bear. He knows your level of faith at this current time. Okay? Of course, you're going to get stronger and stronger in your faith. Matthew chapter 24, verses 10 through 13. It says, "And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." See, family, with all this wickedness going around us, like verse 12 says, iniquity shall abound. Well, it is. It's all around us. And it say the love of many will wax cold. That means the love of the word shall wax whole in your heart. Okay? It's going to be offensive to you because of all the trouble in the world. And so we can't allow that. The truth of this gospel, to wax cold because of the situations we're in, family. It gets difficult. And I know most of you know, and you experience things, it just gets difficult. We have to bear as the scriptures say, bear your own cross. Because things going to get difficult. But we can't give up now. You have gone too far now. You're almost to the finish line, family. Why turn back now? We're gonna have some more testing to do even when we go back into the wilderness, family. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 20, verses 35 through 38. "And I'll bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there I will plead with you face to face, as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. So will I plead with you, saith the Most High. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant." Verse 38. "And I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am Yahuwah." See, the testing not going to end here, family. See, he's got to, just like he did the first time, he's got to purge out those unbelievers, those who don't have faith. He got to get them away from the rest of them. Okay? So we're going to have to keep working on our faith, family, and try to strengthen it no matter what we face. John chapter 16, verse 33 says, "These things have I spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." See, he's telling you right there, family. You know, in this world we're going to have tribulation, trial, trouble. It's all around us. You know, we have physical ailments. Sometimes a lack of money. Sometimes we lose the little things that we have. But this is just temporary, family. It's not. It's just temporary. Just things that we have to go through. We just gotta have more than just a lip service, family. Like Mashiach say, they worship me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. You know, and he's gonna look at you in judgment and tell you to depart from him because he never knew you. All he ever heard was lip service. Your heart wasn't with him. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12, verse 34 through 37. It says, "O generation of vipers, how can you, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bring forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure bring forth evil things." Verse 36 says, "But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned." See, you know, are these people going around here with all this lip service, idle words? And if you look it up, family, you know, idle words is words that are just useless, you know, inactive, just lazy words. You know, they're idle. There's no substance to them. You know, they just barren. So those are the same words. You know, they say you'll be justified by your words, and also by your words you shall be condemned. All right. Let's look at some of our ancestors' family, and you know, some of the things that they experienced. You know, and still maintain their faith and integrity. And I talk about these three individuals a lot because that's what true faith is. Let's go to Daniel chapter 3, verse 16 through 18. And we talking about the Hebrew boys, dealing with Nebuchadnezzar. It says, now we know these are not their real name. These Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was the names that Nebuchadnezzar gave them. Okay. Verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. And he was, this was about them not bowing down to his statue or something like that. And actually, they were talking a little crazy to him. Because they said, we're not even careful to answer you in this matter. We're not finna fool around with words and all this stuff. We're gonna tell you straight up. And of course, that angered Nebuchadnezzar because they talking like that. Go to verse 17. They said, if it be so, our Elohim, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. Now they telling him, they say, now, the Elohim we serve, if it's his will, he's going to deliver us from that furnace. But then look what they said in verse 18. They say, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So they letting them know right there, yes, the Most High can deliver us out of that furnace. If that's his will, yeah. We're going to come out of there. But in verse 18, they said, but if he don't, if the Most High don't deliver us, we want you to know right now that we still not going to worship your image or serve any of your gods. See, family, that's what faith is. You remain in it even when times are difficult, even life-threatening. See? They didn't know if the Most High was going to deliver them or not. They know he can. No doubt about that. It's his will. But he said, if it's not his will, and we just gonna get burnt up, we still not gonna do it. So go ahead on and heat your little furnace up, because we letting you know right now, whether the Most High saves us or not, we're not going to do it. So we just have to have that assurance, family, and faith. Let's go to another instance where somebody had to have faith. And this is 1 Kings chapter 17, and we'll go from verse 12 to 16. This is the lady was down to her last meal. You know, when Elijah asked her to fix him something out of it first. Now, can you imagine, family, you down to your last meal for you and your child or family, and somebody comes up and says, well, you know, I know that's all you got, but fix me something out of it first. You probably look at him like he's crazy. Now, you lost your mind. This is it for us. We're going to finish this meal, and, you know, we're done for. You know, we don't have nothing else. It's still famine in the world, in the land. And you asking me for some of this? But she didn't. See? She obeyed what Elijah said that was from the Most High. See? Let's read it. Let's go to verse 12 first. And she said, as the Most High Elohim lives, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die. She said, okay, this is it for us. After this meal, we're going to die from famine and dehydration, everything. This is it. See, we're going to eat this little bit, and we're going to die. Verse 13. And Elijah said unto her, fear not. Go and do as thou hast said. He said, go ahead and do just what you said. But make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it to me. And after, make for thee and for thy son. So he said, yeah, go ahead, do what you said. Go ahead and make, you know, gather your sticks and fix it up, you know, and bring me some first. Okay? So now, you know, she went and did just what Elijah said, you know. She was obedient because Elijah was only really speaking to her what the Most High tells him to say. Let's keep reading. Let's go to verse 14. For thus, said the Elohim of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that the Most High sends rain upon the earth. See, verse 15, and she went and did according to the saying of Elijah. And she and he and her house did eat many days. Verse 16, and the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of the Most High, which he spake by Elijah. See, she was obeying the Most High. Okay? Elijah was just speaking to her what the Most High told him to say. And she was obedient. What would have happened if she didn't have faith and was disobedient to what the Most High had said? They probably would have died. Okay? Let's see. What's another one? Mark chapter 5, verse 26 through 30. It's talking about the woman, that was sick, had an issue of blood. Verse 26. And had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and there was nothing better, but rather grew worse. Kind of reminds us of ourselves, family. We go and spend a lot of money going to doctors and stuff, and we're not any better off. See, only the Most High heals, family. Now, he does use doctors, okay, to heal or to help. But ultimately, it's the Most High. He just uses them, direct them in what they should do to help you. But it's all the Most High. He gets all the credit, family. I know we got doctors out here, good doctors, and we always want to give them credit. Oh man, I got a good doctor. Well, you got a doctor that the Most High used to help get you well. All right? The Most High is in full control at all times. Let's go on down to verse 27. When she had heard of Mashiach, she came in the press behind and touched his garment. Okay? I mean, there were people all around Mashiach, and she couldn't really hardly get to him. Verse 28, she said, if I much touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. She said, if I can just touch him, if I just grab hold to his garment, I'm good. Verse 29. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. Okay? Soon as she touched his garment, because she had that kind of faith, she said, you know what, I might not can get to him, but if I get close enough to touch his garment, I'm probably going to be healed, Verse 30, Mashiach said, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned about in the press and said, who touched my clothes? See, family, when we have that kind of faith in the Most High, it touches him. He feels that power leaving himself to you. Just like Mashiach felt it. She just touched his clothes, and he felt the virtue leaving himself. That's why he said, "Who did that?" You know, I I, I felt a little power surge here leaving my body. You know. Let's go down to verse 33 and 34. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, Daughter, thy faith has made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague. See? He told her, he said, your faith made you whole. Just by you even believing that if you just touch my garment, that you were going to be healed. So, family, we need to start grabbing hold to Mashiach's garment, like that woman do when we start facing all these difficult times, trials, trouble, tribulation, physical illnesses. We need to start reaching for the garment, family. Let's go to one more. And this is our King Hezekiah. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 20. And we'll start with verse 5 and 6. Now, Hezekiah was actually dying. He was on his deathbed. It says, turn again and tell Hezekiah, the captain of my people, thus said the Most High, thy Elohim of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer and have seen thy tears. Behold, I will heal thee. On the third day thou shalt go up unto the house of the Most High. All right. Verse 6 says, and I will add unto thy days 15 years. He gave Hezekiah 15 more years. This man was dying. And I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria. And I will defend this city for my own sake and for my servant David's sake. See, Hezekiah was dying, and he wept before the Most High. Because, like all of us, sometimes, we even bad as this world is, family, we don't want to leave here too soon, And he just wasn't ready to go yet. And so he, sought the Most High in tears. And the Most High said, okay, I heard you. In fact, you can go to the verse where the Most High told Isaiah to go and tell him that. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 38, verse 5. Go and say to Hezekiah, thus said the Most High, the Elohim of David thy father. I have heard thy prayer. I have seen thy tears. Behold, I will add unto thy days 15 years. See, it ain't never too late, family. Sometimes we think the Most High is a little late, but he's always on time, family, according to his way. It's not based on how we look at time. The Most High is outside of time. Everything to the Most High is now. The past, the present, and the future is all the same to him, family. He's not bound by time. He's outside of time. So it's all the same to him. He got a whole view of everything all the time. Family, we've all had loved ones to die. Even though we pray for them, it's the Most High's will that he just call them in, family, and there's nothing you can do about that. It's appointed unto all of us once to die. All right, but like in the case of Mama, I was sitting there holding her hand when she took her last breath. And sometimes, family, we watch our loved ones seem to be suffering. They're unresponsive, or maybe in a coma or whatever, and we're just grieved. My mom's is suffering. Well, family, the thing about it is, what you're witnessing is a body is carrying out the last instructions from the brain. I can almost assure you that when that time comes and your loved one is sitting there and you're watching their body, the Most High have already called her spirit in, family. You're watching the body do what it does, and it starts shutting down. Okay? The organs and things like that are carrying out their final instructions that they got from the brain after the spirit has left. Look at it this way, family. You got a car, and it runs out of fuel, okay, which is the life of the, just we'll use that as the life, and it runs out. Well, the car doesn't lose momentum suddenly. Even though it ran out of gas, the wheels are still turning, and everything else, that doesn't need power until it comes to a complete stop. And that's the way the body is. The spirit leaves, the body still carries out the instructions from the brain that it last received. So sometimes people kind of twitch, or they'll, make some kind of movement or something like that, but it's just body shutting down, you know. Go to James chapter 2, verse 26. And it says, as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. See, when the spirit leaves, family, the body immediately begin to shut down. It's going to carry out whatever last instructions, that it was given before the spirit left. Okay? And so I know it's heartbreaking, family, when we watch our loved ones are just being lifeless, laying there, and we're thinking that they're suffering and all this. Well, they don't know they're suffering, family, because, the Most High is merciful. He calls that spirit in. What you're witnessing is a body, like I say, that's shutting down. Okay? So, family, let's in spite what's going on around us, because this was prophesied, family. When you look at Daniel chapter 7, verse 25, it says, he think to change times and seasons and weary the saints. And that's what he tries to do. With all this stuff going around, people start getting weary and start losing hope. We can't allow that. We just can't allow it. As I said before we started, you've come too far now. Some have been in this walk for 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, and all this, only to give up. When we right here, right at the door of Mashiach coming back. All right. And you've done all that for nothing if you give up now. So let's try, even in the face of all this going on, this trouble, tribulation, trials, let's just remain in faith. And ask the Most High to strengthen you in a moment that you feel weak. Okay? And that's how we are going to get through this, family. There's nothing easy about this. This is not no message where everything's good, once you accept Mashiach, everything's just gonna be good. No, it's not. We have to tell the truth, family. And most of you know it. When you come into this truth, you start losing friends, you start losing family, everything. Your people on your job begin to not like you. It's difficult. Sometimes, unless you got some brothers and sisters in this world, in this word with you, you feel kind of isolated and lonely. This is why we always have to kind of stay in touch with each other, family, and hold each other up and strengthen each other. Okay? Because your troubles just start when you start following Mashiach. The world hates you because it hated him. All right? Okay, family. I hope somebody got something out of that because I just felt like the need to say it today, We got to remain in faith. No matter what we see outside of our bodies that's going on, we got to stay with it. All right? Okay, family. Enough said. Shalom.